Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Everything Bears, where we talk about everything Bears. Today, it's mock draft season, so we're going to start another one. We'll apply what the Bears did in free agency to our draft model. So, the first thing on the plate's going to be let's see what our needs are. With that being said, let's get the intro going.
Good morning, Bears fans. Welcome back to the Everything Bears Show. Your home for Everything Bears. And oh my, we're going to be at it again. If you see all the displays in the thumbnail, we're doing another draft, boys.
Ooh. Hey, before we get into this draft, after free agency, we got to figure out what exactly the needs are. A little bit different.
It thinks that the landscape's changed.
Yeah. By the way, it feels good to be back home in the studio, a lot more comfortable. I've missed you, home studio. I've missed you. So, but I am back, baby. I am back.
Good to see you back. It's good to see you back home.
Yes.
With thunder snow.
With thunder snow. While I was going through the intro, I'm hearing it like in the background. I'm like, holy shit, there's thunder out there. For those in the Midwest with blizzard or a winter storm Elsa coming through, please stay safe. I know in the place where I'm at, we have 6 inches so far. Had to run out and clear out the driveway real quick because it started sleeting as well. And that snow is getting even heavier with another 12 inches yet to come before this time tomorrow. So bring it on, Elsa. I love the snow anyway. So,
right.
You know, when I was pulling up the Bears free agency signings, and this also includes their own guys that they signed, the list is huge. Let me just rattle it off real quick. Re-signed Case Keenum. Okay.
Yeah.
Khalif Raymond, wide receiver for Pro Bowl kick/punt returner. Re-signed Braxton Jones. So that's a left tackle, which was an area of need.
Yeah.
Re-signed Jordan McFadden, which this was recent. Excellent move.
I was so happy. Yes.
And they got him on the cheap. Like 1 year, like $1.25 million, I think 1.15. Okay. And this guy was, the preseason MVP for the Bears. All right. So another offensive lineman, Jedrick Wills, the kid from Ohio. We traded for Garrett Bradbury, Kentavious Street, the edge from Atlanta. We re-signed Daniel Hardy, core special teamer. I think that's where he makes his money. Neville Gallimore, the defensive lineman from the Baltimore Colts. Death piece for sure. Devin Bush, linebacker. Re-signed DeMarco Jackson. Love that re-signing.
Yep.
Cam Lewis, the cornerback. Safety Kobe. And then we also re-signed Elijah Hicks, a safety as well, way down on the depth chart. Plus, he's a core special teamer as well. if just kind of listening to the skill positions and you think about the people that they let walk, Byard, Brisker being probably the two biggest ones.
Yep.
In your opinion, what do you think the overall theme of this free agency class is? What do you think the Bears were intending to do with that and by letting the other people walk? What area of this team do you think they upgraded?
I think it speaks volumes to what they're thinking. I mean, I know we were anticipating this, saying, "Hey, at the start of free agency, when we brought up what the Bears do with the free agency is going to show us and tell us a lot of where their
Mhm.
mindset's at." And so, to your question, we're going to build through the draft, baby. These are
Mhm.
all depth pieces. These are all second teamers. These are all backups, minus the linebackers.
Mhm.
DeMarco Jackson and Bush, these guys are going to potentially see a lot of grass. So,
Yeah.
but you're talking the safeties, you're talking the defensive line, the offensive line moves. Somebody brought up a good point on our last show on Wednesday that I had gotten to marinate on. Those 4 left tackles that we have, yeah, maybe we're not drafting a left tackle so fucking
Mm.
high. Just
Yeah.
so, right?
I think my personal opinion on that left tackle need switch to center. So you can almost switch those out. I think if we see an early offensive lineman, and by early I say within the first 4 rounds, I would
Yeah.
say would be it.
Well, that kid that they went to go look at,
K-State.
where's he prospected to go?
I've been looking for him in the mock. You know what? Before we start the mock this morning, we'll find him.
Yeah, okay.
There's a couple good ones out there. Slaughter from Florida, probably slotted in that 3rd round area. Um, PFF graded out amazingly. His strength is in the zone run scheme, which, by the way, the Bears run the zone run scheme. So he might be a target that they're really going after. So we'll kind of take a look at it. And as we move into it before the draft, we'll define the clear area needs. The one thing, excuse me, that I've seen, yeah, I tweeted this out. I don't tweet very much, but I reposted this tweet that he broke his foot.
This one hurts, man. That hurts.
He's an older prospect, multiple foot injuries. The one thing that could play to the advantage of the Bears is if he falls into the second, you might be able to get this guy in the second.
Mm.
I mocked it out once where he fell that far. But yeah, not to get too far off topic,
Yeah,
let me
yeah, yeah.
finish my point. Um, the one thing when I'm looking at these names that they've upgraded, I think overall on this roster is speed.
Oh,
You
yeah.
think about who they let go, Brisker, Byard. Don't get me wrong, both very good players. Would you call them the fastest, the fleetest of foot? No.
No,
Um, Edmonds, or excuse me, Tremaine Edwards.
Tremaine Edmonds, you got it.
Oh God, okay. So it's been a long morning already, boys. Um, compared to Devin Bush, huge speed upgrade.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I think it was the one thing that was lacking last year on defense. They addressed that. Even if you look at like the D tackles, and you look at their highlights, a lot of their highlights are moving down the line to fill gaps. Which Billings, that dude looked like he was running with concrete shoes. I mean, he was a yard either way. If he can reach it, he's got you. If not, whew, yeah. So
Yeah, definitely overall theme there
mhm.
on our signings, speed. And they've said it. And Ryan Poles took to the podium this week, and he also mentioned that as well. They just wanted to really an uptick on the speed across the roster. So,
Yeah.
and they've been doing it. So, I mean, proof's in the pudding.
Probably why they drafted Luther Burden where they did, right? One, he was there, and two, he's a burner.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they sign another speed guy, somebody who could take kind of the top off of a defense as well, so that they can put Luther in like that DJ or what the routes that Rome was running, where they're running those deep digs,
Yeah.
18 to 20 yards downfield. It seems that's where their bread and butter was last year. So I wouldn't mind seeing those guys crossing the middle of the field all season long.
Yes, sir.
All right, 22 of you guys in here. As we're starting to get into it, guys, why don't you drop in the comments maybe your top 3 positions that the Bears need to look at in the draft? As I know I'm putting you on the spot, but why don't you give me your top 3 after kind of seeing what the Bears had signed in free agency?
Yeah, it's so it's shifted some.
Because before, I think we were all D tackle, edge, safety, right? With
Yeah.
linebacker thrown in there.
So linebacker probably changes for me.
Mm-hmm.
I was concerned about the left tackle spot as well, but not so much anymore. So the first 2 still kind of stay the same for me. I still want
Mm-hmm.
defensive line in no particular order. Just the best guy available for what we need. Probably interior, then edge. Or if there's a stud at edge, you weigh it out. I really still need a safety, though.
Yeah.
Still
I
really
mean,
need the
really,
safety.
Kobe is the starter right now.
Yeah.
Anybody else that they signed, probably not starting caliber. So,
Yep. I have heard talks, though. I know it's floated around Twitter, and around this time of year, don't listen to anything you see on Twitter, especially as it pertains to Bears. But Kyler Gordon going to safety? Huh.
we've been hearing that for a while as a possibility.
I mean, I wouldn't hate the idea, but maybe he'll be healthier longer back there because banging up there with the big boys up there, he's hurt too damn much. So maybe do put him out there. I don't. But he's really good at nickel
Yeah.
cornerback. So I don't want to mess with that too much. Just draft a great safety to pair with Kobe.
Kobe. I think
Yeah, what do you got?
so. I'm pretty much with you. D line, so D tackle, edge. Before I had linebacker in there. I'll tell you what, just kind of messing around with the mocks, it's hard to get all 4 D tackle, edge, safety, linebacker, because a lot of the linebackers are going to be gone probably by the time that the Bears pick in the 3rd. I've done some where I've doubled down at safety, where I took a safety in the 2nd or 3rd, and then took one in the 4th. But I would say edge, because we did not address that position at all. I almost think that edge leapfrogged D tackle,
Ooh.
depending on who's there in the first. I would think that they would go edge or how the board is shaping out. I can also see a scenario, especially if one of the big boys start falling into the 2nd, where Poles trades out of the 1st, tries to pick up an extra 2nd,
Ooh.
and gets a D tackle and an edge high in that 2nd round. I can see a scenario where that would play out.
He is a master at shifting and moving around in the draft, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The guy definitely knows how to accumulate more draft picks during the draft. Okay.
So I think there's going to be a lot of moving and shaking going on with the way that the board is shaping up. We might be sitting in this draft party getting ready, and we might be disappointed, but it's still going to be a good time. Thanks, Creed. I'm sure you've run plenty of the mocks, so you've kind of seen where people are falling and kind of landing. I could see that as a very realistic possibility. If you were to do like what's more likely is Pole's going to trade up into the first, or is he going to trade back and out of the first? I would be at the latter. So, yeah, 100% agree. Create. 100% agree. I mean, shoot, we're almost at the point too where if you're taking best player available in the first couple rounds, in those later rounds, where you might look for the best running back or another wide receiver, another weapon type of thing to bring in, and we're going to have that luxury. So, what are the odds that you could strike running back gold in the 7th 2 years in a row?
2 years in a row.
All right.
Or any kind of gold. Like, say they find a wide receiver back there.
Mm-hmm.
Or a corner or whatever.
Yeah. Cornerback is one of those positions where I think they're going to try to add somebody to, where we really haven't talked about it a whole lot. To round out the roster, I think that's a possibility this year. The wild card still is Zay Frazier. What's he going to be when he gets back? Hopefully, he's the next quote unquote Nation Wright. So,
when are we going to start having the conversation about, since the overall theme this offseason is speed? I know a cornerback who isn't speed, and he's probably our highest paid cornerback. He might be our highest paid defensive player, Mr. Jalen Johnson. When I think of Jalen Johnson, I don't think speed.
No.
I think of the poor guy getting fucking toasted all
Well,
season because he came back too soon.
Yeah. Came back off of that core surgery. I mean, his specialty was man coverage, right? He was the quote unquote lockdown corner. You know, yes, recent memory kind of gives you the biggest bias out there. And it's hard for me really to think back to 2024 and 2023 when he made that money. But also at that point in time, people weren't throwing at him either. So he getting caught up on the comments. So
they're rolling in. You guys pump them and I'll repump them.
Yeah. This is what we do. Every comment gets acknowledged on this show. Hopefully we get to the point where we just can't, but we have you guys in mind. We'll keep you front and center.
We knew who our core guys were.
Yeah.
We remember our first draft picks. We won't forget about you.
That's right. We're loyal to the end, just like Paul's.
Yep.
So we'll see, man. I'm excited to see what they're going to be able to cook, man. This draft is going to be interesting. I have a feeling that we're going to see a ton of moves by a ton of people in this draft. So it's going to be all over the place. And I can't wait for the chaos, especially with us being on a draft party with you guys. I think that's going to be pretty fun. We'll have to kind of see how it works. I'm envisioning something like this where we have like one of the other sites up as they're picking, where we have a board for best available, and then we can predict pretty much any team's pick at that point, but especially the Bears. We'll have a few minutes to all kind of get our picks in and our guesses and stuff like that. And maybe in future years, man, when we have some swag, we can start giving out some swag.
Create. Yeah. I'm going to give Create the bold prediction. He thinks we're trading out of the first.
Yeah.
Unless there's someone that they're super in love with. That's a hot take. It's a hot take, Create.
I could see it, man. The scenarios and the way that the boards shape up and what they need, I could see it.
Nothing's out of the realm of possibilities with this team at this point. We could go. We know what our needs are. I think we're shoring up what we think our needs are. Obviously, them inside the building might have a different opinion than us, and they know where their maneuverability is at. So if they feel like they can come up on some more draft picks, because the guys that they really want are to be had later in the draft, shit, they might pop right out of that 25 spot.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know, and I'd hate to put a ceiling on anything that these guys have been doing because, again, when you look at last year's draft, it's hard to. And Monungai was one I forgot to bring up because, like I said, it's hard to argue with the results of last year's draft. It was pretty damn good. And I mentioned Colson Loveland, like people were, what tight end? Oh my goodness! And then Ozzie Trapillo, Luther Burden, like I think Shamar Turner, if he comes back really healthy, 100%, I'm really interested to see what they got there as well. Just because the draft overall was really good, but then last but not least, in the seventh round, Kyle effing Monungai,
Mhm.
like wow.
Those are
So
the type of moves that take a good draft to an excellent draft.
yeah,
How often do you find seventh round magic? Not very, but Poles did it. Um, with this draft upcoming, if we get two defensive, like high end defensive starters out of this draft, like you cooked,
oh
right?
yeah,
Last year was just a plethora of riches on offense.
yeah,
If we can replicate that over the next one or two drafts on defense,
yeah.
watch out, man. This team could be dangerous for quite a long time. Um, I think in order for this team to really kind of be able to take that next step, like I was saying earlier, I think they need to find two high end starters out of this draft, whether you hit on a D tackle and a safety, safety and edge, D tackle edge, and your safety's okay. I think you and I are in the same mindset. If they hit on two, we want it on the defensive line. Safety would be great, but
Safety would be great.
at this point, at safety, you hope to get the same production you were getting out of Brisker for the last season, and then we see what happens. And then hopefully they can develop into something above and beyond what we were used to seeing with Brisker. But I think that's why the Bears let these guys go. One, they didn't have the speed, and two, they had hit their ceiling. There was nowhere else for them to go,
Yep.
and we saw what they could do. And at this point, what they were able to do was not enough to help vault us into a championship caliber roster.
Right.
So tough decisions for sure, but listen, man, if the plan works out, we're all gonna be like Jaquan who,
Oh
Byard
yeah.
who, you know?
Oh god, yeah. Well, even too, I mean, some of the big splashes that we're not doing in this off season is also an indicator of like, no, no, we're just going to build through the draft.
Mhm.
That's where we're going to hit our bullseyes is through the draft, which is probably the smart way to do it because again, to uh, keep piggybacking off of last year's draft and having it be so offensively heavy, we've got some major pillars on the offense. Caleb Williams, rookie contract, Luther Burden, Colson Loveland, Kyle Monungai. We got all these pieces. Oh, Roma Dunze. Like
Mhm.
we've got all these little pillars that are, and they're young. So duplicate that to the defensive side of the ball, and if you can get you a great safety, some great interior linemen, an edge rusher, if you can get those three, then you've got those three positions on rookie contracts, also contributing on the defensive side of the ball. It's madness.
Right. Yeah. And that's how teams stay good for a long period of time. You look at what the Chiefs did. That's exactly what happened with the Chiefs. They hit on the quarterback. They had a veteran tight end that was in place. And at that point, he was making okay money. He wasn't making the money he is today. Their defense was super young, super talented. Their offensive line was solid. They brought Tooney over, the veteran. Uh, yeah. I mean, and where did Poles come from? He came from Kansas City. So
Yep.
I think it's pretty natural for us to draw these comparisons because I think he's trying to build the team the exact same way for sustained success, for sure.
Yep.
Great, real quick before we get ready to jump into the mock, why don't you throw out your top three that you think the Bears are looking for after the free agency signings? I know we were talking a little bit before the show, but just to bring it top of mind for everybody, who do you got?
And anybody else too. There's
Mhm.
37 of you. You're all filing in. Find your seats. Find your seats. Welcome. damn it, welcome. This is your first time. Don't forget to hit like, hit the
Subscribe,
subscribe, hit
ding the
the
bell.
bell,
Yeah.
do all those damn good things. But while you're in here, feel free. The chat is a free and open space for ideas.
Mhm.
So as we ask Create, one of our foundational draft picks here, for his top three, anybody else want to drop in what they think our top three is? Learn if you're lurking in the chat. Do not come in here and say offensive line, offensive
Left
line, offensive
tackle,
line.
left tackle, left tackle. Oh, we know you're out there, Laird. It's like a shark circling the waters. Doo-doo.
Man, but yeah, I don't know, man. Exciting stuff. I can't wait because it's we get closer and closer. Oh, he's got the
Oh, he's
specific
got names.
guys. Yeah, not positions. He went names.
He's got two. Well, okay, he's listing D tackles here for his top three. Caden McDonald, obviously out of Ohio State. Lee Hunter out of Texas Tech. Boy, why am I drawing a blank for Kendrick Falk? You got me on that one, Larry. Why do I want to say or Oklahoma, Auburn? Okay, yeah. So he's got D in there. Yes. All right. So Create's in the same mindset that we are, man. D-line.
Mm-hmm. I still really do like that Caden McDonald, man.
Yeah. He is, I think, NFL ready for run stopping right now. The wild card for him is, can he develop an interior pass rush? If he can, that's, the ideal situation. And he doesn't have to be like the caliber of an Aaron Donaldson or anything like that. He's just got to have a decent pressure rate that can push the pocket, right? I think one of the things that I don't think we're done signing free agents. I think we're still going to bring on another veteran edge. If I were a betting man, I think it's between two. I think Bosa might be in the mix, and then obviously Cam Jordan from the Saints. Still had double-digit sacks last year, played in DA's scheme for quite a while. So that move makes a ton of sense. And the fact that he's still hanging out there tells me that the price is going to be right for what they're looking at. What's with the anomaly? Speaking of the prices, right? Of all the ex-Bears players only signing 1-year deals.
Think about it. I mean, you got Byard. It's probably an age restriction.
That one makes sense to me. But
okay. Brisker is a concussion thing.
Okay.
Because they're going to be like, look, you stay healthy, do what you did last year, stay healthy all season, and then we'll talk. Maybe we'll talk a 3-year deal. Who else? Who else got 1 year?
Nashon, right?
Oh, Nashon. Yeah. See, well, Nashon unproven, and maybe they're thinking you're just a flash in the pan. So give us 1 good year, and then we'll talk a 3-year after that. Did Tremaine signed a multi-year though, right? With the Giants?
He might have. I think he signed a 3-year deal. Yeah. There's one more out there who only signed a 1 year, because I remember there being 4.
Yeah, I think
DeMarco Jackson maybe might have been a 1 year.
They might have just been just like too many question marks with them,
Mm-hmm.
Each of those guys kind of have a history that you can't just break them off. You can't. Here's a 3-year mega McMillions. Brisker ain't that dude. Nashon ain't that dude. I mean, yeah, he had a great year, obviously, production wise, but can you duplicate that? I mean, hell, before you had that breakout season with the Bears, you were bouncing around and on practice squads, and so they're probably like, prove it 1 more year on our team. you had Al Harris over there. Okay, we don't have Al Harris here, so make that happen without Al Harris, and we'll talk. Yeah, here we go. Create. Yeah, those guys are older and beat up. We need speed and fresh guys. Sad to see Brisker go, but that's why it's the NFL. Not for long.
I love the absolute fact that you guys played right into the reason why I asked this question. They all signed for 1-year deals. So what does that tell you? Polls knew the exact same thing that you guys are talking about as well. Yes, some of them were fan favorites. Yes, we were all sad to see him go. But like we said before, they just weren't enough to help elevate this roster to a championship roster, which is, with them saying stuff like that, that tells me that they acknowledge the fact that the championship window is now officially open. It's not cracked any longer. It is open.
Oh yeah. You can climb through that window now.
Yes. Take this, put the ski mask on and away we go. So real quick before we jump into the draft, now that we kind of identified what people are looking at, let's take a quick look at what our divisional mates did in free agency.
Ooh,
I'll be
what are the
honest with
other
you.
guys up to? Yeah.
Yeah, not very impressive. So real quick, the Lions signed Teddy Bridgewater. Okay, he's been on the roster before. Signed Isaiah Pacheco. That's probably their biggest name they've signed, I
Sure.
guess. So whether
That's
it's
their answer to letting Demo go.
yeah. So, whether if it's 3rd and 3, he's going to get you 3 yards. That's for sure. If it's 3rd and 6, he's going to get you 3 yards. That's for sure. So, if it's 3rd and 4, he's going to get you 3 yards. So, okay. Tight end Tyler Conklin. Nothing. They signed a center, Cade Mays. This one is exciting. The Lions signed Larry Borum for tackle. Please let him start. Please let him get some left tackle starts. Please.
All right. Settle down. All right. Good
You in the
job.
back, you get a little rowdy. They signed another offensive lineman, or excuse me, they acquired him in a trade. Juice Scruggs in that demo trade.
Okay.
They signed Rock Yasin, a cornerback.
Okay.
He re-signed. He was with them last year. And then a safety, Christian Eisen, signed a 1-year deal. So nothing too splashy from those guys either. Plus, you look at what their roster did, there's some roster degradation going on there. They lost Montgomery. They lost their left tackle. They lost their center. They lost Anzalone. That's 4 names right there that were starters for him last year.
Anybody ever pick up that left tackle yet?
No, he's still hanging out there. Decker. Yeah. I checked last night because I was curious. I lost track of him for a while, and the reason why we did is because nobody picked him up. He's got to be asking for a ton of money.
Got it. That's the only thing I'm thinking of there, because I'm sure Poles and Ben Johnson made a call, and they were like, "Whoa,
yeah!"
never,
and they
never
ended
mind.
up signing Wills instead, which I was like, "Holy, okay." So that's a high reward, low risk move that they made with Wills.
Oh, so huge, man. I heard Adam Johns break that down. Made me feel so much better about the signing, because I was like, the guy hasn't played football in a long time because he keeps getting these bad injuries. However, he did just, you guys have to check it out. Go see Hogan Johns. Johns breaks it down really well. It's very in depth. He definitely turned my opinion all around on it. I think this could have been one of the biggest splash moves of all of his signings, and we just don't know it yet, because this dude is he's a first round talent at left tackle, and he has just had a bum shake of the injuries, and nobody really wants to take the risk. Well, we signed him for 1 year dirt cheap, and if he pays off, especially working with the offensive line coach that we have, this could be huge.
Sure.
But
It could be a franchise left tackle situation
yeah,
with minimal risk. So, I sneaky good move, man. Like, it's if it boils out, then yes, we need to reseat the crown on Poles' head again, with that type of move.
yeah.
Mm. Great, showing no mercy. Strike first, strike hard. So that was it for the Lions signings here, man. Green Bay, they signed Sky Moore from uh, Kansas City, a kick returner, basically.
Yeah.
They re-signed their center, Sean Ryan, which in my opinion, they overpaid for him. So good for them. Their biggest splashy move is probably Javon Hargrave, the D lineman from Minnesota. So he stays in the division.
Yeah.
But they also traded away um Wooden, I think. So who was a fairly good defensive lineman for him. So they thinned out at that position. They acquired Franklin from the Colts, which could end up being a good move for him. Veteran guy, led the league in tackles for a couple years. And then Benjamin St. Just, they signed him to a 2-year, $10 million deal. But they lost Quay Walker. They lost their D tackle. So that's another thing. They lost Romeo Dobbs. That's another situation where, from the outside looking in, their roster took a big hit talent wise as well. I'm sure they lost a lot more players than just a few that I named, but those
Yeah.
are some of the big names.
And you're not picking in the first round for 2 more years.
Exactly. And that's the Packers will be the case study on why the Bears didn't make the Max Crosby trade. In a nutshell, right? So we'll
Yeah.
be up close and personal with a team that did make a deal like that, and let's see what it does to them for the next few years.
Yeah. Well, year 1 was a wah wah.
Yeah,
You know.
and granted, he was having an all-pro season until he blew out his knee,
Yeah.
but we'll see. We shall see. And then the Vikings. Uh, they signed Kyler Murray to a league minimum deal because Arizona's paying him so much money. So if Christopher was on, he would be tooting the horn and jumping up and down for his boy. They re-signed Aaron Jones. They had to restructure his contract. They cut him, and then he restructured, and they got Aaron Jones back for like $9 million, which is kind of crazy. Actually, they lowered it from 9 million to 5.5 to keep him for 1 year. They re-signed Eric Wilson, so their own guy. They signed James Pierre to a 2-year deal, a cornerback. Tavir Thomas, he re-signed, and Andrew DePola, which is the long snapper. That's all the moves that they made. Exactly. I just nothing.
They the hell they do, okay.
Yeah.
We're taking the North and never giving it back. That's what's happening.
Yeah. So in comparison, these other teams thought their roster was good. Detroit, disappointing season last season. Obviously, they think that they're going to be able to bounce back. Kyler Murray might be the answer in Minnesota. I guess it can't get any worse.
Are they how's that gonna work out? Are they, like, competing for the job?
I'm sure it's a competition, a QB competition.
Alright, you gave these. Does that mean Kyler
Yeah,
Murray's getting the job?
we'll see. I think why else would you sign him, right? I told Christopher, I said, listen, man, if JJ beats Kyler out for the starting position, I am going to drag you onto the show and publicly humiliate your boy. So that would happen. And then the Packers, they lost a ton, man. No first round pick, like you said.
Yeah.
We'll see. Um, let's put it like this. I like where the Bears are at. I like what they did in comparison to the other teams. And it seems like they were aggressive, but they didn't overspend. Like they
Yeah.
didn't make the super big flashy move, but
Right.
man, did they fill out this roster.
Yeah. Yep.
So I don't know, man. With that being said, how about we get ready to kick off the mock, huh?
It's that time.
It is that time. So
Let's
let,
do it.
let's get ready.
All right. Put your GM hats on, boys.
And away we go.
Put your GM hats on.
I do like the fact now I can do an AI like roster management so I don't have to do all that other stuff. But we're
Okay.
going to kick right into the draft here.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. So away we go. Let's hope for a little bit of Sunday morning magic and we don't have to deal with all the pop-ups here. So,
Oh no, it's Sunday
yes,
morning.
it is Sunday morning. Let me just get rid of some of these tabs that I have open in the background just to be on the safe side. All right, let's get this started. We'll take a look, Crate. I think in one of our very first mocks, we were looking at Kendrick Falk as well.
Yeah, I was actually so funny that you say that because for the last 10 minutes, I've been watching his tape right now. I've been watching. I got it pulled up on my YouTube, watching highlights. Yeah, kid looks pretty good. I wish he was like a little thicker, I guess. I don't know his height and weight, which I could just take
Might be
2
able
seconds to find out.
Yeah, so Kendrick Falk was already taken in this draft at 19.
Damn.
6'5", 276.
Okay, he is a big boy. All right, then he
Yeah.
just carries it well because he looks lean. But yeah, 270, that's a big boy.
All right.
All right, so there we are.
So here we are. So I got up on the right, all players. Do we want to draft Ty Simpson, BPA, best player available, according to this? And let a little bit of QB competition between him and Caleb go?
Sure. No.
No. We do have an interesting prospect up at the top, which is a little bit different for what we're used to here. We have Dylan Thieneman, who draft stock really shot up during his workout. He ran excellent, 6 foot, 200 pounds, 4.35 in the 40.
Wow.
High motor player. I don't know. Have you done any homework on him or seen any of his tape yet? But out of Oregon,
I haven't, but I don't think so.
The boy's not afraid to hit. Let's put it like that. Crate wants a tight end. Best tight end available right now, Eli Stowers. All right, we got another one. We take it Jacob Rodriguez and Dennis Sutton, or what?
Or what?
Creates a Dylan fan. I'm kind of with Crate on this. If we take a safety in the first round, I think you can find a starter caliber safety in 2, 3, maybe even round 4.
I agree. I agree with that because we've scouted a bunch of them.
Yeah. Another interesting prospect here is sitting at edge is Akeem Mesidor, the other edge out of the U. Older prospect, 26, ready to play now. Big boy, strong. I would even go as far as saying that he outplayed Ruben Bain Jr. in a couple games last year. So that would be an interesting prospect as well. If we're just looking at D-line, we have the usual suspects there. We have Caden McDonald, Caleb Banks, and Lee Hunter. Just taking a look at tackle. Monroe Freeling is somebody I've gotten higher and higher on as this draft process has gone along. Man, the kid looks pretty good out of Georgia. If he's sitting there at left tackle, though, I think we address that. That would be something that would interest me and to see what the Bears would do.
I hate to be one for routines, but Caden McDonald is staring us right in the face, and he's not going to be there in a second, y'all.
All right. So let's go. Let's address McDonald.
Like, I don't really want to be kicking myself in the ass when we can't stop a 5.5-yard sprint.
Rush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really pissed off that we passed on him and went with a safety.
I did not look at linebacker before, but as of right now, we have Jake Galladay and Rodriguez staring us in the face.
Stop it.
Top two best players available.
Stop it.
We also have AJ Halsey sitting at 59.
Halsey's sitting there. See, this is where I'm starting to think safety, maybe. Oh my God. Oh my God. You guys got your GM hats? Is anybody pounding the table?
Yeah. I'm with Crate. I love these are obviously the top two linebackers that I absolutely love in this draft. In reality, do I think Rodriguez would be here in this scenario? I don't think so. Bush is more of an outside linebacker. He's only 5'11", so he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's not that true to traditional inside thumper that I would say like a Rodriguez would be. If you want to play the game and he's there in our scenario, we could draft him. To be realistic, I don't think Rodriguez would be there. Do I think Galladay or Golday would be there? I do. I think that would be a realistic option. Let's see, but if we go linebacker here, now we're into that second and third tier of edges. Without us signing an edge in free agency, this might be a place where they would try to attack that. But let's not forget, we have another pick in 3 picks. So do you take your linebacker and hope that the safety or edge is there? Which it looks like just based off of draft rankings. I don't know. Did we ever work up Josephs from Tennessee?
I don't know.
No, I think we looked at a later round Tennessee guy.
I'm going to do it now, though, since he's sitting there on top of the board.
I wouldn't mind if Derek Moore was there or Gabe Yakis was there from Illinois. Those are 2 big ends. Yakis might he might be a target for the Bears as well because he is that prototypical just big DN. He's a big dude now, 6'4", 260. So we got options. Yeah, we got options here. Let's go back to. We also have. I don't think Price is going to be there either, but we also have a top flight running back in there as well. Just to throw a wrench in there.
Just to throw in a what the?
Yeah. Bear up. Gondres, who are you guys thinking? Who would you like to take in this position?
If you just tuned in, we took Caden McDonald at the 25th spot. So we got a DT. Now, do we go linebacker? Do we go safety? Do we go edge? Do we go running back?
I would be shocked if they went running back here. These first 3 picks, I think you're really trying to find 3 starters on defense. And if D-line, edge.
I mean,
Sagan
I'm
Joseph's
loving that Halsey's right there
yeah,
too. I
and
mean,
Halsey will most likely be there at 60, but that's how you play the game, right?
but he won't be there far after.
No. So,
He won't be. Do you think he'll be there at 60?
I based off of the needs of the teams ahead of us, I do, because nobody has safety as a need.
Oh, this will be a fucking trick roll if we could do this, dude. Okay, forget. Let's hope Halsey's there at 60. At 57, we go Rodriguez.
Yeah. If this is how it shakes out, Pulse, just wave the banner now, man.
Yeah, just everybody in the NFL start waving those white flags because
Yeah. I agree with you, Paul. Malachi Lawrence is somebody that I've looked at, right? So
he's there.
be there as well. So this would be a haul. I think with our some of our next picks at 89, we would obviously have to look edge at that point. We've looked at Dennis Sutton as a possibility. I don't think Malachi Lawrence would fall that far, but you just never know. Um, but yeah, so we would say safety here, huh?
Well, hold on.
Dennis Smith.
Who's there at edge?
Edge right now, our top rated player on the board is Joshua Josephs.
What? The next one is 89, huh? We pick at 89
Yeah,
next.
which in the past, like Crate was saying, Danny Dennis Sutton, DDS, he was the guy you affectionately call Puppy Paws.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
big paws on a
yeah,
puppy.
yeah.
He looked good. I mean, all right, so
It's a gamble.
it
You'd have to
is.
slide a little bit, but
Okay,
yeah.
but what I do know is Halsey ain't gonna be there at
Right.
89. I know that. Oh man. Oh man.
So so we're saying that a starting safety is more important than an edge at that point in time,
I mean,
right?
at the caliber that he comes in
Or
at to
DDS.
pair him with Kobe. I mean,
Yeah.
Kobe.
Kobe. All right, so let's see. Obviously, our biggest need right now is edge.
Yeah.
Anthony Lucas. I'd like to say we worked him up a few times before
Yeah,
too.
I believe we have.
Or the other position that we might have to look at is a center to see what we have here.
Oh, yeah.
So we have what I think is going to be one of the Bears' targets in there, Jake Slaughter.
Jake Slaughter, huh?
Yep. So I think my opinion is we would be between an edge and a center in this scenario here. Cornerback would be the wild card. Malik Muhammad, yeah, 6 foot 182, runs a 4.42. Is widely considered the top cornerback in the 2026 draft class.
What? For reals?
Just kind of looking. So we'll do our edge homework real quick. And then
I'm watching Anthony Lucas right now.
okay. Welcome, Maserati boss. Welcome to the draft. To recap for those people that just joined us, so far in our first three picks, we really strengthened the backbone of this defense, right? With Caden McDonald, Jacob Rodriguez at 57, AJ Halsey at 60. We are now sitting at 89. Gotta go Lawrence. I don't think Malachi is there right now, unfortunately, for us. So here's our top edges right now that are available on the board. I would not be surprised if at 57 they go edge. I wouldn't be surprised if they swap out like where we picked Rodriguez because I don't know if he's gonna be there if that gets swapped out for an edge pick. Um, if they go D tackle in the first round, it will probably go one of two ways in the second. I'm thinking it'll go edge safety, safety edge, whatever way that you slice it. Um, the other thing could be if they don't end up going edge in this draft, you're going to see probably one or two more edges being signed through free agency. Cam Jordan being a possibility for a 1 year stopgap. So there's a couple different ways to go.
Thank you, everybody, for filing in. Thank you so much. Filing in. Found your seats. Thanks for chatting. Say hello. Who you got? Guys, a lot of this stuff can really, I think it's interchangeable with a lot of the positions that we need in terms of defensive line. That's interior and edge. That's safety. That's linebacker. It's going to probably be a preference, obviously, to what Dennis Allen wants. And then Pulse is going to make that happen.
Mm-hmm. I can see this being a spot where the Bears would possibly trade down as well, try to pick up an extra pick in the next round, just to garner a few more picks if they could. But I think, let's see where Banks went.
Big Mike
here.
wants that. Wants Banks broken foot and all.
Banks. Caleb Banks went 28th to Houston in this scenario.
28th to Houston, as if they need to make that defensive line more stout than it already is.
Yeah. Lee Hunter in the second, I think, could be a possibility in this scenario. He went at 35. Thieneman slipped all the way down to 37, which is kind of interesting.
Oh, wow.
Manuel McNeil Warren, if he's there in the second, I could see him being a target. Could the Bears trade up and try to get a Zion Young in the second or trade back in the first and target Zion? I could see that. There's so many different scenarios. So this one we're kind of going a little chalky, but I think maybe next week we'll start really ramping up the trades to see what happens. Right now on the board, we have two trade offers incoming. Minnesota gets 89, we get 97 and 163. Tennessee gets 89, we go 101, 142. And if we're looking, so let's just bring up the big board here. So 101 could be a possibility for Jake Slaughter. It would be a little bit of a roll of the dice. You looking at Anthony Lucas?
I did, and I have to tell you, I'm not in love with him.
Okay.
At this point, we're just going to need more effort from Montez and Austin Booker, because I really think. Do you think that center's going to be there if we pass on him now?
Slaughter?
Yeah.
Let's take a look. So what do we have? We have 129. Would he be there at 129? Guessing not.
No, huh?
So I mean, this might be. Yeah. this might be a position where they would, if they're going to go that route, that they would end up taking him. Welcome back, Jeremy. Just kind of looking and seeing what some of the teams after us are looking for. QB. I mean, it's possible, but I would be shocked if he was there. So this would be a pick for the future if we ended up doing like a slaughter. And then we would be looking for mid-round gold at D end, ideally. But
because the names that are on the board for edge right now are it's just not that overwhelming.
Yeah, you're definitely in that second and third tier, and where some of these are ranked. We could try to tap into some Max Crosby luck here. Western Michigan guy on the board.
Yeah.
Caden Curry as a mid-round edge prospect out of Ohio State. I've done a little homework on him as well. He looks like there would be some potential there. Whether he would be there next time around, I don't know, but you can say that about everybody here.
Yeah, especially when we start to get into the middle of the draft here.
Yeah.
This is where the swings matter.
I think Malik Muhammad.
The Nadame Tucker. True Pilgrim. Let me check him out. Let me look at some of his tape. Nadame Tucker.
He's the one out of Western Michigan. Yeah, DDS got taken a few picks before. I was watching him go off. He went at 75. We've had it in mocks before while he was still there, and we liked him as well. Yeah, Muhammad's probably the best player on the board.
Ooh.
He is, but
ooh.
Who you looking at?
The dude True Pilgrim said Nadame Tucker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This looks like a little gem. Wow. Great tape. Great get off. He looks like he's got some pretty decent size to him too. He's fast.
Yeah.
He's physical. He's violent. This is a nice little find here, True Pilgrim.
Mm-hmm. Gondre, Bud Clark. I did a little bit of homework on him. He's the safety out of TCU. I wasn't overly enamored. Is it a possibility if they don't go safety earlier? For sure. I would say in this round here. There's like a handful of safeties. Bud Clark, just so happens to your point, Gondre, is on top of the rankings right here. There's a handful of safeties in this area that I could see the Bears waiting to pick up. Like we looked at a Michael Taffy, who's more of a intellectual player. Bud Clark, Lewis Moore played for the championship Indiana. He's a little bit on the smaller side, though. We really liked Robert Spears Jennings. We did a lot of homework on him in a later round safety predicament, where if he was available like in the 5th, he's kind of that box safety who would be a good replacement for Brisker. And he also ran really, really well. You can see he ran a 4.32, 6.2, 205. So he's of that bigger mold when it comes to the different safeties. Yeah, Jeremy's saying I'd pass on Rodriguez round 2, go D tackle round 1, tackle or edge, and 2 to double down. Gives you more room in the trenches.
Yeah.
I gotta see Sam Heck is the other center later down. Yeah, this is the guy that they were looking at from Kansas State, Sam Heck, which would also be a good prospect as well. But after 89, it's a gamble if either of those guys would be there. If we're thinking, can't pass on the stash. It's talking about Rodriguez. Paul, do we know if the plan is to play Shamar Turner at the end? I think maybe might be what the Bears are panicking about edge. I think you saw it last year with Shamar Turner. He was starting to play the bulk of his snaps before he got hurt at the end. So I do think that is where ideally they would like to play him. He might also be one of those guys that would take snaps at both. But I think in a perfect world, the Bears would want him out at edge. Pilgrim likes Bud Clark, says he has a nose for the ball. He's just not super athletic. That's kind of what I was seeing as well. True. Maybe we could get away with something a little bit more like that with the fact that we would have Kobe on there. So there's a lot of different ways that they can go, especially through these first 3 or 4 picks. I do think the first 3 for sure would have to be defensive based. Just looking at the weakness of the team, right?
Yep. Yeah. Where did they have Nadeem Tucker ranked?
He is
not on the board anymore.
There he is. 163.
Okay. 163.
So could he be an option at 129? 100%.
Yeah. Because I do like the kid. My only gripe with him is I wonder what he would play like 10 pounds heavier. So he's 6'3", 250. And I'd like to have him to play around 260.
Oh, I'm sure you would have to put on some of that NFL weight. Ran a 4.73 40.
Kid's got get off, like True said. He's got lean. He's got multiple different moves and angles that he could get to the quarterback, and he plays violent. And he's a great tackler. So I like what I saw there. That was good. Thank you for turning me on there. True.
Running backs available right this second in the 4th, Jeremy. We have Jonah Coleman, Emmett Johnson. We have both of the Penn State backs. In a mock that I was messing around with the other night, I think I took Katron Allen in the next round. He was still there. Just to kind of add to that, I know Seth McGowan is somebody that I think the Bears have done their homework on out of Kentucky. So in our case, what are you feeling, man? You want to go center here?
You know what? Yeah.
Okay.
I do. And then we'll worry about it when we get there.
Let's see. Let's switch this back over to the all so we can see who's going.
Every time I run that chime, we get 10 new people coming in. Absolutely, Jeremy. I mean, it's literally his last name is Slaughter. Yeah. What a great name to have on the line. Absolutely. What's up, Alan? How you doing, bruv?
I saw Alan in another chat when I was watching, I think, Harrison Grant. So Alan runs in the same circles that we do, man. Nice, good to see you again, Alan. Welcome back. All right. So to recap real quick, if you just joined us, in our first 4 picks, we took Caden McDonald. Jacob Rodriguez was there. This is kind of the wild card pick. I don't know if they necessarily will go linebacker there, but that's what we did. AJ Halsey, Jake Slaughter. So now we are looking for edge, cornerback, possibly a running back, or we're in a position kind of really where we could go BPA. Do we
Yeah, huh.
need another tight end? Takario Davis, 6'3", 194, runs a 4.41
Ooh.
at cornerback. It's a new
Speed.
name. Yeah.
Speed. Let's see here. Takario
Yeah.
Davis.
Lacks elite straight line speed. Well, this 40 says otherwise.
From Washington.
Yeah.
We got a guy from Washington, don't we?
Yeah,
Who was
Rome.
on the defense in the defensive backfield.
Do we? Who you thinking? Jalen Johnson was Utah.
Where did Kyler go?
You're right. Yep. Yep.
Make me have to fact check myself.
I just started at the corners and I'm thinking safeties. So yeah. Paul was there.
I was going into the Googles to double check myself. I'm like, wait, am I crazy?
Paul was with you. Don't
Thank you,
mind me.
Paul.
I'm just slow.
Thank you, Paul. I appreciate you. So I love this kid.
Yeah,
Jude
we
Bowery.
did the workup on him before too.
Yeah, love him. This is what's great about doing these mocks, right? It's like you really start to get familiar with these kids' names.
Yeah.
And then when you actually sit and then watch the draft, you're like, oh yeah, I watched his tape. Oh yeah, I know that guy.
So Bowery would be there. I think with them signing all those left tackles, that position's probably off of the board.
Yeah, they told us.
Yeah.
That's what they were telling us when they signed all those damn left tackles.
Yeah. I don't think they want to attack that in the draft anymore. If they didn't re-sign Braxton, which we thought was possible, they didn't re-sign Theo. And then Wills, who is the ultimate wild card, like we talked about earlier. Yeah. So we are looking, edge would be ideal. And we have, what do you think it is? Nadame or Nadami?
Probably Nadami, if I had to guess. Okay. I'm just a dumb American who says Nadame.
That old boy, his name's Nadame.
But it's probably is Nadami.
Yeah.
Nadami Tucker.
So really, these three edges are all pretty intriguing. Yeah. Out of these three, man, it's just there's something about Iowa edges that never really seem to pan out. So Max Llewellyn, I'm not a huge fan of. Granted, all these are kind of a reach at 163, 164. Our next pick, though, after this isn't until 239. So this could be a position where we would trade back, try to pick up an extra pick, just to see what's out there. Jacksonville gets 129. We'd get 164, 166, which would put us right in the area for this, and we'd get an extra pick, man. You want to trade back? We're getting screwed on the value a little bit, but it would be interesting.
From 129 to 164?
Yeah, and we'd get 166. So we'd get 2 picks back, which would put us right in this area. But with them being edges, who knows if they would be there at that point in time?
Right.
So that would be the gamble.
Oof.
Nick Singleton, the other Penn State back, is still sitting there. 4.39 speed. This is we've looked him up a couple times. The one who broke Saquon's squat record. That could be a possibility there.
Who in the chat said Max Llewellyn doesn't have good tape?
Jeremy.
You're right.
Yeah. I have not been a fan of him from the beginning. I've seen him drop in other mocks like down to the 7th round. I don't know if it'd be that long, but like I said, DNs from Iowa just don't impress me. Who's the kid on the Packers?
Van Ness?
Van Ness, yes. And he's not that, one person dictates how another person would be from the university, but
right.
Sometimes if you see trends though, maybe the way that they teach or whatever. So
yeah. Iowa defensive ends, Ohio State quarterbacks,
yeah,
trends.
Paul brings up a great point here. Can't we kind of consider last year's cornerback who didn't play Zoff Frazier sort of like a pick this year?
Yes,
100%.
Yep,
that's another wild card hanging out there. So
I would almost say the same about Shamar Turner. Can we just count him as a defensive tackle that we picked up?
Yes. True saying Vincent Anthony Jr. is a nice development prospect that we could probably wait to get him until the 7th. So
we'll check him out. I don't know. What are you boys feeling about taking that trade offer? Dropping down about 20 spots, but picking up 2 other picks pretty close to each other. And
we maybe trade, or do we want to pick? Draft a running back. It says screw it. BPA, baby.
Screw it, BPA. Let me see. Who is it?
Nick Singleton.
Let me look him. Let me do a quick little.
From Penn State, yeah.
Oh, Penn State running back. I think we we looked at this kid before.
We have.
What did I say he looked like? He looked like who did I comp him to?
Monunga, I'm pretty sure.
Like two hammers.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I was looking for speed, right?
Mm-hmm.
This kid kind of doesn't have it.
Well, they're saying he's equipped with 4.39, so he's 4.4. And he's a strong runner.
He is. And he's got great contact balance. I believe his size was pretty good too.
6 foot 219.
Yeah, 6 foot 219. That's good.
It says a 6 foot 227-pound wrecking ball. From Penn State with 4.39 speed.
Another addition to Bruce Brothers.
Yes.
Could the Bears do something like this? They're just like, fuck it. Running back. Because think about it. Yeah. DeAndre Swift, he's got 1 more year, and we're probably not going to run him back, if I had to guess.
Yeah. 40 time, very true. Doesn't always equate to game speed, but it looks like, I don't know if this is just a calculation out, but he reached 23.5 miles per hour.
Damn.
Top speed.
That's fucking really fast. Because what I'm looking for in a running back is something that we don't have. And when you talk about Sonic and Knuckles, you want the hammer, and then you want the other guy to be a house call at any given play call.
Yeah.
When he gets an off tackle or an outside zone read, you're worried that this guy's going to take it to the house. And we kind of don't have that. But I don't know, this kid, if he's running 23.5 miles an hour, that's house call speed.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Oh man, who gave this suggestion to do this? Now they got me all knotted up like a pretzel. I was trying to talk you guys into doing the trade. And now I'm like, well, we got a pretty damn good running back sitting right there. Do we do this?
Let's do it, man. Who cares? It's a mock. It's not like it's going to be.
It's not going to stick.
Yeah, let's see what happens. That's the beauty of doing this. And now we would sit back and put our feet up, enjoy some popcorn, come back a few days later. Let's see what happens. I'm kind of curious to see where these edges went. They all went earlier anyway, so we would have missed out on them anyways. Actually, I can pause it before it gets too far. So we were hoping to catch one of those three edges. Caden Curry went at 146. Nadami went at 138. And who was the other one that we were looking at? There was one more, I thought.
Oh, the kid from Iowa State.
Max, yeah.
Or from Iowa, not Iowa.
So 165. So we would have been stuck with the one guy that we did not like out of those three. So I meant
we went with the Penn State running back, Nick Singleton.
Yes.
Because fuck it.
Yes, we could. That's why. We'll start it back up. So we would have taken a gamble and we would have lost if we traded back. So Jeremy, good call. He said BPA running back, let's do it. Yes, that would have been the right call in this situation because we would have been screwed.
Yeah, I mean, look, you had me sold at 23.5 miles an hour.
Okay. So now we're into BPA, most likely, and they're all freaking tight ends. Okay. VJ Payne is on there. Another safety. You could double down here.
Huh. Okay. Could be a special teamers or good backup.
Yeah.
Or you never know. You could throw him in there as the CJ Gardner wild card.
Yes. A lot of usual suspects in the seventh. Jeremy said, GM Jeremy, let's fucking go. Yes. Damon Claiborne unlocked like this tape. All right. So we never addressed the edge. So if we're looking at edge, Quintavious Hutchins out of Boston College. 6'3", 233. He was a captain, went to the Senior Bowl with clean one-on-one wins.
So this kid from Wake Forest, huh? I'm just looking to see what Create was talking. I haven't checked out Demond Claiborne, Wake Forest running back. Let's see. Oh no, this boy looks like a problem. This guy looks like a fucking problem. He's fast.
True Pilgrim, yeah. Opinions on wide receiver Omar Cooper Jr. at 25 if he drops. He's a dog. You know what I didn't realize is that he is Amari Cooper's younger brother.
Really?
I've seen this a couple different times, so I started looking into it. I was like, let's see what we got. I agree with you, True, though. Yeah. He looks legit though, man. He looks like he could do something.
Oh, he does look good.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to think of other brother wide receiver tandems where the younger brother never quite worked out. I think the only one at this is I think we could all agree that Amon-Ra St. Brown is better than Equanimous.
Yes, by far. Crate wants speed. Demon speed.
Speed, gentlemen. Yeah, no, this kid's got it. This kid's fast.
Are you looking up Quintavious?
Let me see.
Oh.
I wanted the other one too. I want to look up is Omar Cooper because I don't think I checked him out either. Oh, but let's look at guys on the board. Quintavious Hutchins. What's he, an edge?
Yeah, Boston College. We're in the 7th, so let's see what we have for wide receivers. 5'10". I don't think he'd quite fit the mold. 6'3", 206. Interesting. Caleb Douglas.
Quintavious, what was his last name?
Hutchins.
Oh, BC. Okay.
These by far would be developmental projects, so
no, man,
keep
we're
that in
trying to
mind.
hit a home run. Let's get us another
We want that
Manungai.
7th round Magic.
Yes.
Then we need to look at everybody, man.
We need to make the 7th round count.
What
And
about?
I don't care if it is a redundant pick. I don't care.
VJ Payne out of Kansas State. It's a safety, 6'3", 206, 4'4". Bishop Fitzgerald, 5'11", 200, 4'5", 40.
Who do we got at? Who's available at corner?
At cornerback, we have Thaddeus Dixon.
No more Dixons. Come on. No more Dixons on this show.
Let's talk all week when I would talk to Christopher. Dixon Cider managed his way into the conversation all week. Big Mike. Dennis Allen likes him small and fast. Reminds me of my wife.
Hey now.
Hey, is Craig's wondering if Patrick Payton is available at edge. Let's take a look. Yes, Patrick Payton is available. 6'5". Holy hell.
6'5".
260.
Oh, Thaddeus Dixon. Holy moly. So he played, it looks like he played at Washington before he transferred to North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Then he just went to that league and just is beating the shit. This kid is physical. Holy shit. His highlights are just him looking like fucking Ronnie Lott out there.
Just mugging people, huh?
Yeah, wow.
Jeremy likes Dixon as well.
Okay, so that's a plus for me. So
well, let's take him, man.
Oh, hold on, we'll pin it because there's a couple other guys here. Who's this other guy? Let's see, Patrick Payton.
Yeah, we got a pick in at 241, so they're both will probably be there.
And then the other guy too, VJ.
Yeah, the safety, VJ Payne. Could see him possibly doubling down there. And whoever they don't sign, if they liked all three of them, say,
I mean, yeah.
Now you're an undrafted free agent.
You do got to think we had no safeties under contract, none. So we bring in Kobe, and then we signed Hicks. We need two more. So we drafted one, and now we need another.
To answer Pilgrim's question, is Malik Benson still there? Yes, he is. Oh, shit. 437. We need speed. Looks like he would be a possible undrafted free agent possibility as well. Do you think if they sign Thaddeus Dixon, we can send a petition to him to change his name to Dixon Cider? Like, please, bro.
Yeah. Change your first name to Cider. Wow, then it would be a reverse. Cider Dixon.
That's okay. It can't be that obvious.
But we could all giggle. Yeah, because we don't want to mess up his namesake. That's his name.
All right. That's his government.
But Cider Dixon.
Cray, like, this size is kind of small.
He is a little small. There's no doubt about it, but the kid plays big. That was I mean, and he looked pretty quick too.
6'1"? I mean, it's not horrible.
Oh yeah, he didn't look that big when I was watching his highlights. He looked 5'9".
Maybe that's the North Carolina 6'1", which might end up being 5'11" for the NFL.
Oh snap! So I do like Dixon. Was Malik Benson available? Did you say?
Yes, he's still there as well. At wide receiver, he was down a little bit. There he is.
He had 43 catches, 719 yards, 6 touchdowns. He's a busy guy out there in Oregon.
Yeah.
6 foot, 190 pounds.
Dude's got to be a running stick. Ran a 4.37.
Yeah. He does look pretty lean. But he looks hella fast though. You said he ran a 4.3?
Yeah.
Oh, punt returns too. Okay, he did specials. Okay. For Tutty. Punt return. Tutty. Did anybody pick up Gabe Jackus?
Yes, quite a long time ago. He was Gabe Yakis. He is the DN from Illinois.
To Malik Benson, I tell you what, that's a prospect there too. Man, you guys got me doing mad work right now. All good. These are all good finds here. These are those little 7th round gems we're looking for.
Yakis went 55 to the Chargers.
Damn. Okay, he went way up there.
Yeah.
So Dixon's good. This Malik Benson ain't too shabby either. Let me do VJ real quick because I think we've looked at him before.
VJ Payne?
Payne, thank you.
Yeah. Bring the pain.
Because I do think we're going to need one more. We're going to need one more piece in the safety position on the roster.
We lost Simone Biles this year. She went to Indianapolis, yeah.
That's where Owens went?
Yeah. Signed with the Colts. You know who's still sitting there? Is our boy Robert Spears Jennings.
Stop it.
Yeah. He's sitting there at 224.
Why?
I ain't lying to you.
How?
I don't know. Probably like Spears Jennings better than any of these guys.
Yeah. We were drafting him like in the 4th or 5th.
5th, yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, grab him.
Okay.
How the hell did he drop that far?
So we doubled down. No.
All right, now we don't need a safety. Now we're looking at. Yeah, amen, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah. Do you believe the audacity? The audacity.
Way to read the room, guys. Jeez. So here, I think you would go probably a developmental corner, Lorenzo Styles Jr.
Creates pounding the table for a Hail Mary edge.
He wants that round. I mean, we liked the kid out of LSU, didn't we? Patrick Payton. 6'5", 260.
let me peep him one more time. Oh, man, he went from Florida State to LSU. He's big. 6'5", 260. That's a whatchamacallit. That's a I'm drawing a blank on our DC.
Dennis Allen.
That's
prototype.
a Dennis. Yeah, that's a Dennis Allen prototype there for show. You know what? He's just massive. He's just a big dude. He's fast too. He's got some moves. It's not like he's big and can't move. He can move. Hail Mary.
Fano.
Oh,
Logan
Fano.
6'5", 257. A physically imposing edge defender out of Utah who brings a combination of size, strength, and football bloodlines to the 2026 draft class. At 6'5", 260, he possesses the frame NFL evaluators covet at the position and the arm length to keep blockers off his body. That's a big dude. Though the last two that we were looking at were big guys.
Yeah, okay, look at this kid. Wow. I might be able to put his highlights up on the screen because this doesn't have any like network badging on it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure as long as we don't leave it up too long, we'll be fine.
All right, here we go. But to share screen.
We haven't had a strike in a while, so we're good.
Yeah, we have. let's give it a go.
Yeah.
All right, so obviously there he is on the left there. Circle around him, you know, boys. Here we go. Bam. Okay, that looks good. That looks promising.
You know, he was coached pretty well in that Utah squad.
Yeah. Okay, little double spin, spun inside, spun back outside.
Whoop whoop.
Beat his guy. Oh, didn't fall for that fucking play action at all. This might be a guy. Bam. Batted that ball. I don't know, man. This guy's he's got a high motor. I'll tell you what, for his size. Oh my God, look at that. Look at that reach when he grabbed that quarterback.
Yeah, I saw that.
Shirt tackler. Dude's just huge. He could be like a power forward.
Fano 4.5 sacks, Peyton 1 sack. So GM Jeremy says Fano it is.
I think that's it, boys.
All right. And with the final pick in the 2026 draft for the Chicago Bears, they select Logan Fano, a 7th round gem. Oh, somebody took our damn kicker.
Oh, no.
So here we go. Draft grade.
Oh, no.
C+, baby. Needs fill, C+. But you can see, I think one of the biggest takeaways out of this draft was if you take a linebacker in that top 3, it's really, really hard to fill some of the needs. So, you know, one of the other things I saw in here is we could take our draft picks, and I think you can simulate the season. I thought I saw that at some point. Draft picks.
I tell you what, I'm really happy with those 2 safeties we drafted.
Yeah. So based off of the roster, I can simulate the 2026 season.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, we got 20 minutes left.
Yeah, let's do it. It's not looking good, boys.
Oh my God.
5-12. What's this model know? It doesn't know a damn thing.
Look at it. Put Minnesota 10-7. Get the hell out of here. I don't know.
And that's why we normally don't do that.
No.
Detroit 9-8, Green Bay 8-9. We passed technically. You're right, Jeremy. C plus. Hilarious. Whew.
Yeah, Jeremy, that's it. One year and you're out of here.
You're gone. I'm guessing this is so low because we didn't take an edge. Because normally we're like B plus A minus. So and we didn't do any of this cap stuff or anything
I
else.
suppose
So.
we should have taken an edge instead of Rodriguez.
Yeah, or edge in the first and maybe D tackle. So Big Mike's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, we might not have drafted 3 left tackles, but we signed 3 left tackles. If you count Theo.
Yeah.
So,
we did it. They did address that position already pre-draft.
I would say they did.
It's been addressed.
So interesting stuff here. We'll see how the board shakes out. I think, especially with the draft simulator that we used, some of these players still have to jockey a little bit. That's going to be the $1 million question. We're going to have to find a site, though, and that we can kind of have the board up as they're picking with like a list of best players available, because we've seen so many of these different names now and who should be there during this time. But
I mean, you're probably going to have to follow along. Like if there's a way you can go to even the site that you use, can you control every team? And then as they put the picks in, you put the picks in, and then we'll have our list of who's available still.
Yeah, you could do that. I'd like to say the 4-letter network, their website, you can have the draft up and be able to filter lists too. I could be wrong on that. But yeah, worst case scenario, that's probably what we would end up doing. So is controlling everybody, putting in, and then that way we can kind of do our homework. So that'll be an option for sure.
Yeah. Creates asking, let's run one more tape. Let's see the running back from UCF.
Wake Forest. Okay.
Sorry, I meant Wake Forest. Whoop. Yeah, what was his name? Dang it. I think I looked at him already. Forgot his name. Let's see. Should be in my history. Hold on.
Damon Claiborne.
Yep, there he goes. ESPN badging.
Got a 6.1. While we're doing that, I could I'll bring up his RAS score. Just out of curiosity.
The dude is lightning, though. That's for sure. He is fast. Yeah, he's super fast. Like Jahmyr Gibbs fast.
Damn. Okay.
That's the comp I get. I'll give him. He's a little shifty, not too shifty. He's just season opening and just go 1,000 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Okay, catch out of the backfield as well. Really fast. Yeah, this guy definitely is a home run hitter.
Okay. Let's take a look here. Here's his RAS score, 799. Height 5'10", weight 188.
A little light.
A little slow coming out of the blocks, but makes up for it in the 4.37. Jump 10 foot in the broad, did not do a vertical jump, nor did he do any of the agility. So
Yeah, there's no doubt. If he gets free, if he gets past the second level, he's gone.
Yeah.
And then of course we know who the wrecking ball is. So there's one thing. Go ahead. Oh, I wanted to compare him to Jahmyr Gibbs. Yeah, you got it. You read my mind.
So I'm bringing up Jahmyr Gibbs' RAS score as well, so that we could take a look. As you can see, so very similar RAS score.
Yeah.
Gibbs was 8.09. Gibbs is only 5'9". I wouldn't guess that.
What's his score?
199.
199. So he's a little bit heavier.
436, so pretty much the same. Gibbs looks like he hits top speed a little bit quicker. So very similar.
Yeah, you know what? I wouldn't have hated that pick at in the 7th round either.
Yeah.
Can you imagine both our running back tandems? We're both 7th round picks.
Yeah.
Both getting 1,000 yards in a season.
That would be a great question. Will the Bears have 2 1,000-yard rushers next year?
I tell you what, if they used Monangai the first 4 weeks of the season like they did the rest of the season, he'd have had 1,000 yards.
Yeah. What do you end up with? 850 something?
Something like that. I want to say the high 7s.
Yeah, 7. I know he was 750 plus, maybe like 793. What sticks out to me? Normally I have the Bears side up, but lately I haven't.
Yeah, 783.
That was close.
Is what he had. So again, if they would have used him the first 4 weeks like they did the rest of the season, he'd have easily gotten those leftover 220 yards.
Yeah. So, whew, all right. It was a good mock draft, I guess.
Yeah,
a lot of people
fun.
jumping in.
It really exercises and works the brain.
Oh, I will say this though: a lot of the people that have been on the board are people that we're starting to get used to seeing. So the one thing that could totally throw this off would be if they trade, then it'll be a different group of people that we would have to look into. But that'll be the nice thing when we're live, man. We could do it on the go. Like we can look at BPA, we can look at top need positions, we could bring them up. We could do the homework before the pick comes in and try to guess what they're gonna do. I think that'd all be part of it. So
yep. Caleb would have definitely been well over 4K if weren't so many damn drop balls. That was
yeah. I think they projected when they do their projections without drops, I think he was at like 42.5 or something like that, like 4,250. So yeah, it would have added almost $500 or $500. Got 500 yards to it. So yeah, last year.
Yeah.
And the Raiders took him before we could pick. Yeah. Imagine Genty in our offense last year behind our offensive line.
Filthy.
Could have been, right? Could have been.
Rookie of the year.
Yeah.
Because really, who won?
And Pedro thinks Monangai hit that rookie wall towards the end of the season. I love that kid, though. He never fumbles. I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, I don't know. Good question. Do you think Monangai hit a little bit of that rookie wall? He didn't play a whole lot in the first couple weeks.
Yeah, he didn't play the first couple weeks, but I don't know. Like sometimes his usage would go down. Remember, we didn't see him for a couple weeks because we think Ben was mad at him because he dropped that one pass.
Yeah, that screen pass. That would have been 6.
That would have been a touchdown. He got punished. So I don't know.
I think so too. I think he started losing a few snaps because of his hands weren't reliable. I'm sure that is definitely an area that they were working on in the offseason. So,
Mhm. They gifted him a jugs machine for his birthday,
yeah, that's
set to Caleb's speed.
great. I haven't seen him well. I think he's growing. Jeremy, the third down, fourth down rookie wall. Yeah. God, they were terrible on third and fourth down, especially in the playoffs.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
I don't know. They were as long as you gave the ball to Colston
Yeah.
on third or fourth down, you were good.
Yeah. I mean, they brought him in slow. Yeah. 100% great. We talked about this too, man. The rookies, I think, in Ben Johnson's world, have to earn their stripes. So even I'll be curious to see how they handle defensive players because it's on a different side of the ball. Is that the same thing? Do they need to earn their stripes too? Or, I mean, if you're just clear cut better than the rest of these guys, are you in? Because I honestly, I don't think it's going to take a whole lot to be better than some of our players right now.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be as stringent as it was on the offensive side of the ball. Like you said, are you better than this guy? Okay, great, you're going in.
Yeah.
I don't know defenses all that well to say. I think there's a vetting period for Ben on the offensive side because there's probably way more rules and things you have to know. But I don't know. Defenses could probably be just as complicated.
Well, I would think also, though, too, you look at what they did in free agency, and with them filling the middle and the back half of this roster, they didn't have much of a rotation last year. This year, based off of the people that they signed, especially at D tackle, there's going to be a rotation. Now, granted, if somebody is standing out more than the other, they're going to get the lion's share. But at the same point in time, that's a way that you can kind of help rookies along, get them in a good rotation to where they could take a few plays off, hopefully save them for later in the season. But with some of these D tackles that we were looking at, like say Caden McDonald, they went deep into the playoffs, so he had a couple extra games as well. Now, granted, they had about a month off. Well, not quite, I guess, 2 or 3 weeks off before the playoffs started from when their season ended. But with the rotational pieces that they brought on, it should help protect some of these guys a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, great. I think the guys got a little nervous. They're dropping balls later in games. Let's hope we got those jitters out. Any playoff experience is good at playoff experience. You kind of had some extremes on that team. You had Tooney, who's like been in 8,000 playoff games, compared to most of that offense that hadn't been in any. Um, you know, Tooney was definitely the guy who brought up that average a little bit. Jeremy saying 4th and 30 is our sweet spot. Let's hope not, man. Let's hope not.
Yeah, definitely do not want to make that a thing.
Yeah. Big Mike, you joined the party late, bro. We said the same thing. Everyone on the D got a 1-year deal. All the players that left kind of tells you that Poles was reading the league pretty well and the value of their players. I would agree with that. Most defensive signings around the NFL were 1-year deals. I think people, that's just a sign of the times, I think, man, which is fine. It kind of helps you from getting stuck in these horrible contracts like, I don't know, Dio Dangbo, Grady Jarrett to a certain degree, maybe. We'll see. I 100% agree, Jeremy. It wasn't a juicy free agent class. That's why I believe that we saw so many pre-draft trades, and I think this year's draft could go absolutely bonkers just with trades and people on the move and picks flying around and everything else. Really kind of leads to that perfect storm, and I can't wait, man. As people from the outside looking in, I think it's going to be a fun one to watch. True. I think Ryan and Ben saw what Seattle did on defense and the light bulb came on. I would hope so. If you can model your defense after that Seattle one, hey, imitation is the best form of flattery. Let's not reinvent the wheel, right? Let's try to bring some of that magic into Chicago. And we were tooting that horn all last year as right. Like we just need a average middle of the road defense last year, and we were going to be okay. And in the playoffs, we got above average play from what we were used to seeing, but not quite where it needed to be for us to make a true run.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
And then Paul, it's possible that the coaching staff thinks Booker would have been a double-digit sack guy if he was healthy. Maybe they also like Turner at DN, thus the lack of free agency urgency at DN. You got to think something, right? There's a plan in place, and maybe it's trading up in the draft for a high-end DN. Maybe it's trading back a few slots. Maybe it's signing a Cam Jordan or Joey Bosa that's still out there. And Poles is just letting that price tag drop more and more and more and more before they make that move. But something's going to have to happen there for sure.
I could see that. Like, so we got 2 2s. So if you package that with a deal and you can move up from 25 to 20, just to get your guy at edge. Because again, the whole theme of getting faster, I don't see Joey Bosa. I don't see Cam Jordan being faster.
No.
I don't know though. That's just why we play the game. Mm-hmm. This is why we watch and we're fans, and we're gonna all be tuned in for our draft party that night because we want to see it. What are we gonna do?
True. Speed and talented depth on defense is the key. Jimmy Johnson taught us that 30 years ago. Very true.
Yeah, well, the moniker, the cliche. What wins championships?
Excuse me, defense.
Oh, Jeremy, counting them down.
April 23rd, baby.
39 days. Yes. Rub your hands together.
Yes. It is. We are on the cusp. I can't wait. This free agency period has been crazy. This was kind of the last big splash before the draft. And now, unfortunately, we have to sit and wait. There'll be some moves, but nothing. I think at this point, you're probably not going to see another bulk signing until after the draft. Right. Once people see what they were able to get.
Yep.
Which leaves a couple big names out there, man. It's going to be interesting, man, for sure. I can't wait to see. Just seeing if I can pull up a list of the edge free agents that are unsigned so far to see what is left out there.
Yeah, they'll use that second batch of free agents to fill any voids that they didn't fill in the draft. Absolutely.
And there's still rumors hanging out there that the Bears might trade for a Chase Young or Sweat from Arizona. There's always that possibility. Right. I would think if you were going to make those moves, those type of moves would have been done already.
Yeah.
But who knows? Who knows? There's still a ton of free agent edges available. Let's see if I can clean up these ads first, and then I'll throw it up on the screen.
Thank you, everybody, for showing up. Appreciate you filing in. 88, 90, something of you bopping in and out. Love it. find your seats, say hello to your neighbors. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe.
Mhm.
Everything Bear Show. Appreciate y'all coming in. This was great. Chats rolling today. Chats
Yeah.
were rolling.
A lot of familiar names, a few new ones. So thank you guys for taking the time to comment. It all helps the show, helps our algorithm. Like we said before, don't forget to hit the like, share, ding the bell so you get the notifications. We try to keep it Sundays and Wednesdays. Sometimes the times have been fluctuating a little bit. It's the off season, man. We don't have such a quite tight schedule. In season, we keep it pretty tight. But listen, man, it's the off season.
Yep. And as always, too, we have our other socials down in the description as well. Follow us on TikTok, follow us on Twitter. We're almost everywhere.
Yes. Facebook, the whole nine, right?
Oh, that's
We're
right.
starting to get hip to it.
I got to start putting the Facebook link in the description.
I gotta start posting on that thing. Is what I need to talk to our social media coordinator.
Yes.
I'm like, hey, why don't? So maybe we'll have to do a few bios. We'll start it off with that. So, yeah. Create Hassan Reddick, Joey Bosa, and Leonard Floyd are the top 3 defensive edges that are unsigned at this point in time. The good news, true, is everything I've been hearing, we could get out of that Dio contract after next year. We only got to put up with him for 1 more year.
That's too long. But it's too damn bad because nobody's going to take him off our hands. So we're stuck.
Whether he's a motivated Dio or not, we're kind of handcuffed on that one a little bit. But what are you going to do?
He might shock us. Look, if we could just get him off the edge and put him interior, he might surprise us.
Took the words right out of my mouth. I think if he does come back, I think that's where we see him, which might also be a reason why we didn't do a whole lot on the defensive line front. Yeah, Dio to the mix. Now that defensive rotation is looking pretty set.
I wouldn't hate this either.
Yeah. See if we could get him for a pick next year type of thing. I wouldn't be surprised to see that either. There's a lot of smoke around that right now.
And where there's smoke, there's fire.
Sometimes, right? Unless your name is Max Crosby.
Ooh, too soon.
Too soon. Okay. Sorry, my bad. But all right, guys, with that being said, thank you for joining us. I'm just taking a peek out the window to see how much snow I have to remove here coming up. But again, if you guys are in the Midwest, please stay safe. Be careful. And then hopefully your snowblowers stay running and don't run out of gas.
All right, everybody. Peace.
Peace. Bear down.